Uh, Hello, everybody. This is Michelle Osterhout with MC Writes and Snaps and writer for the Country Note. I am here today with a special Backroads feature with Neal McCoy. Every morning for the past 10 years, Neal has done something quite extraordinary. He recites the Pledge of Allegiance. No fanfare, no breaks, no missed days. In an industry built on reinvention and in a culture that often moves on quickly, as January 7th approaches, marking the 10th anniversary of this uninterrupted pledge, this moment invites reflection not only on patriotism, but on longevity, discipline, and what it means to show up long after the spotlight shifts. Long before the Daily Pledge, McCoy was a defining voice of the 90s country music, earning multiple number one hits and two Country Music Association Entertainer of the Year awards. A living legend, y'all. This Backroads conversation begins where his most enduring commitment now lives with the pledge and the meaning behind 10 years of standing for something every single day. Welcome, my friend.
Well, dang it, I'm ready to hang up now. You said everything that that is great about me, so I
You
appreciate you
are
saying that.
great. I
And
speak the truth.
how did you open that? Because you used something that I want to use.
What's that?
I may have to go back and watch it
Okay.
because
Well,
whatever you said, I'm going to take credit for it, but I'm not going to give you credit for it.
that's fine. I don't care. Steal my stuff.
All
It's
right,
all
there
good.
you go. Hey, Michelle.
Oh, well, listen, let's talk about this. You've recited the pledge every single day for nearly 10 years.
Yes,
Take me
ma'am.
back to the first time you ever did it and what prompted this.
Well, we were in January of 2016. President Obama had about one more year, and then so the Democrats were kind of trying to figure out who they were going to use for their Democratic side of the nomination, and we were trying to do the same thing on the Republican side. I say we, uh, and they were already starting to hammer on each other. You know how bloodworthy that thing gets on each other, talking about this and that. And I said, well, you know what I'm going to do because patriotism is not political. So I said
Agreed.
I'm going to go say the Pledge of Allegiance on my Facebook page live and just see what happens. And so I read it one time, and a couple of times, and a lot of people find out about it, and some of them were even saying, "Oh my gosh, are you okay? Are you dying? Do you have cancer? What's going on? Why are you doing this?" I said, "No, I'm good." I said, "I just want to say the Pledge of Allegiance and see if this catches on and give anybody and everybody the opportunity to show their love for and respect for our flag and our country." Pretty simple.
Oh, I love it. So
Yeah.
this story spoke to me because
Oh,
I'm very patriotic. I'm the
good.
daughter, sister, granddaughter, niece of veterans.
Wow.
So
Good for you.
so you can imagine I'm very proud, very
Yes,
proud.
ma'am. Good for you.
So I love that. I love how it started. So consistency, my friend, is harder than enthusiasm. So what has kept you showing up every day? And I'm sure there have been days where it wasn't easy.
That's
So
right.
what's kept you going?
I'm still trying to do everything you just said there. Consistency is what?
Consistency is harder than enthusiasm.
I agree with that. Oh my gosh. Because when you're excited and enthusiastic about something, you can go do it. But then go do it the
Yes.
next day and do it the next day. So that is exact. I'm taping this and I'm stealing all of your stuff that you wrote about me or that you
Well,
wrote in my introduction.
I love it. I love it. We should work together.
We should. We are right
We
now.
are.
This is our pitch uh, demo. So you can go pitch this as a partnership, and we'll figure this thing out.
We can figure it out. I love it. I love
Now,
it.
now, what was the question you asked me out of all that? I'm still so impressed about
So
how you put it.
So what has kept you showing up every day? Because I'm sure there have been days where maybe something
Yeah.
got in the way or it's been difficult or it's been hard or maybe sugar you just didn't feel well. So
Well,
what's
you're
kept
exactly
going?
right. But the thing is, once we started doing it and continue to do it, and more people catch on to it, we've had for a long time. We reached some of the older people that are
Yeah.
maybe immobile or are in a nursing home where they don't get much company anymore. And so they have taken to it, and it gives them something to look forward to every day. They will write me and tell me, you know what, I don't get to see many people much anymore. I don't see my family, they don't come see me, but I
Um,
get to see you every day if I want to. And so I want to. So have an opportunity for me to know that they're on here and saying the Pledge of Allegiance with us, and them telling me that. And I said, well, do you ever write me? Can I ever see a comment in? They said, no, no. A lot of them say, no, we don't write. We just want you to know that we're there and we're supporting you. And that just moves me sometimes because
yeah.
we've had parents that have gotten old and passed away now 7 and 8 years ago. and I know that they have been in some places where not too many people come to see them, except when we can have an opportunity to go see them. So I just it they held me responsible, and they'll tell me that. So they say, so you can't go anywhere while I'm still here. You can't quit doing this because we have a relationship now. I said, okay,
Yeah.
you got it.
So I noticed that because I've been following you for quite some time now,
Good.
and your page is so engaging. So you're
Thank you.
really just every day waking up, talking to people, going about your business and sharing parts of yourself.
Yes,
And
ma'am.
you're stuck now. You
I
can't stop.
am stuck now. And people that find out that the 10 years coming up, they'll say, oh, are you thinking to quit? And I go, well,
You
no, I
kind of
guess
can't.
not.
You can't.
I said, let me get to 10 years and I'll recipher this thing. So we'll know Thursday morning. If you don't see me on here, then I've quit.
Yeah.
I'll be there. I'll be there.
Good, I hope so.
Yes, ma'am.
So you brought up something really important about how the pledge came about to you, and you
Uh-huh.
talked about election. And right now, to a lot of people, our country feels divided and uncertain.
Yes, ma'am.
So you sort of answered this, but I'd like you to elaborate. What does reciting the pledge mean to you personally, compared to what it meant 10 years ago?
Well, I think it's always meant a lot to me. I'm raised, my mother's from the Philippines. My father met her in the service. And so when there's an immigrant in your family, you kind of learn more about
Mm,
why people want to come to the United States of America. Our mom raised us three kids in Northeast Texas, and she wouldn't need to tell us that, hey, you be thankful for what you've got, because we didn't know any different. We didn't know
yeah,
that everybody didn't have what we had. But as you grow up, then what mom had been telling us as kids made more sense, because we do see, and I've been across the world and noticed that you can't do this or you can't say that. There's a lot of things you can't do. And so when mom coming from the Philippines, she'd always say, be appreciative. And you'd go, yeah, well, we are, but we appreciate it. And then I figured out why she was telling me that, because as I grew older, I did get to see the things that people don't have that I was
yeah,
just taking for granted. So, and when you do that, and you have an opportunity to somehow thank the people that have come before you, the generations before you, that is what I've done with the Pledge of Allegiance. My grandfather was in the World War. My dad was in the Korean
yeah.
conflict. Uh, so I know what they've gone through and what they did to save our country. You hear about it. The older people, though, they don't talk about it much. They just kind of, they
No,
were just badasses. I mean, they're those, that
yeah,
World War stuff, those are some bad dudes. They went in and did whatever they needed to do
yep.
to help give us the freedom. So in that, my mom being from the Philippines, she always told us we should always appreciate, know our God and love our country. So we've kind of done it. I think all three of us, my brother and sister, older, me a little older, but I think we've all come out on the right side of this thing, or we hope we have.
That's beautiful because I have to tell you, no matter where you fall on the spectrum, and
Yes,
I've
ma'am.
always said this, I still believe
I do
we
too.
live in the greatest country in the world.
Yes, ma'am.
We are
I second
so
that.
lucky. Yeah,
We are
we are
so
so
lucky.
lucky. And we have to remember that. And a lot that gets forgotten a lot by people. And it
I
doesn't
think
matter what side you're on, you
And I
know?
think I think a lot of that comes with age, wisdom.
Yeah.
So because again, when you're going through high school, college, you sometimes don't keep up with the news or don't really pay too much attention to what's going on. But then when some people catch on in college or some even in high school, but when you get out and maybe get on your own, then you do understand what everybody's talking about, and because you're living in the world now, you're contributing to the world and you're taking away from it. But now you do understand what they try to teach you at a young age, and at a young age you don't know, you just don't know much. Well, although I say you don't know much, I've often said we need to elect a president of the United States for at a 15-year-old, because they know everything.
Well, and so much information is so much more accessible,
That's right.
right?
You're exactly right.
Good and bad information, but it's very accessible.
Yes, ma'am.
That's great.
A whole new world.
World. I love it. I love how everything is a song with too. You sing a lot too. Like
Yeah,
even on your lives, like you start
I
love
do.
it. I
I
used to do
should.
that as a teacher in the classroom. I used to do that all the time. Long before the pledge became part of your daily life, you were one of, and I would say still, because I was talking about you last night to my mother-in-law, were one of
Oh,
the most recognizable voices in 90s country music.
well,
How did
thank
that era shape the man you are today beyond success and awards? Because we know
you.
you're successful. We know you've gotten awards, but how's that
Thank you.
shaped you?
Well, I think. in being in that, we didn't understand how good it was. We didn't. There was quite a few of us acts that were not considered '90s country, and we were a lot of us were successful, but we didn't really understand how successful we were or how much our music was liked until we start to get older now. Because even the
Yeah.
young people that are listening to what's considered the broke country or even new country, they now have gotten on board
Hmm.
and want to find out because they've heard all their lives, especially from a parent or grandparent. Oh, you missed it. You should have heard that
Yep.
'90s country music. And so now they're going and dabbling in it and listening to it. And and so when they look back or young folks are talking and looking back, say, you know what kind of music you like? Well, boy, I like that old stuff, the '90s country. My parents maybe listen to it. We are the old stuff to young people,
Yeah.
but they don't know about the Charlie Prys and the Conway Twitties, Merle Haggard, and George Jones.
That's right.
So some of them do, but it just we were lucky. We were unlucky at first because we signed a major record deal, had a couple albums, 7 or 8 singles and videos. Didn't have too much luck, but we were still doing all the things. We were going out and entertaining people. We think as good as anybody, and
Hmm.
bringing them joy every night. So when we were at Atlantic Records, we put out 2 albums, a bunch of singles, and I thought, well, maybe we're just not going to make it. But then the head of the label came to me and said, Neal, we're going to give you another deal. Let's go back. I'm going to change producers. Maybe he's from Muscle Shoals, Alabama. Maybe y'all can jive a little better together. And then y'all go look and find music that makes sense for you instead of what the record label's trying to get you to do. And that's when we started, like No Doubt About It. And then we had some fun songs like Wink and
Wink.
Shake
Yeah.
and Billy's Got His Beer Goggles On. And that stuff is exactly who we are. So I don't know that it was my voice at first that got people excited. Well, it's just the choices of music that we were making. And then once they got to see us in the '90s and see us on the Nashville networks and all the other programs that were still on television, then they got to know us. So our fans, we think, at least this is my opinion, '90s country, we think we were the last generation for people to find out who we are because they had a lot of access to us. And if they liked Neal McCoy, they liked Neal McCoy because I was Neal McCoy. They just so happened to like the songs, but they knew the artist and they like me. So they will grow. The people that are Neal McCoy fans, they will stay with me until either they die or I die because they like us. And now
Yeah.
I don't think it's quite that much. I know I talk a bunch, and I'm sorry, I'm probably going in circles on
Oh,
this.
I love it.
Okay,
No.
good. But now the new music, the kids are so, oh yeah, I like that song. Oh yeah, I like that song. And so they're liking so many singles, if you will, for lack of a better
Yes.
description. Are they going to know Jelly Roll or Cody Johnson or Post Malone? Are they going to know those people and be fans of those in 30 something years when they are my age, 67? Are they going to still know that? Not probably. They're going to have moved on to some other stuff.
Because there's
Whereas
so
again,
much.
the
Yeah.
people knew Neal McCoy. They like Neal McCoy. If I put some out, they're going to buy it because they like who we are. They've got to learn me and my family and all the trials and tribulations we've all been through, and they like us
Hmm.
as a person. I don't know that they get to do that now. It moves so fast. I don't think that the fans get to listen and learn really much about these artists. And if they get in trouble, they learn that.
True story. That's an excellent point because I was watching a concert of yours, and one of the things, and this is one of the things I love about going to see live shows as well, because
Right.
there are artists who do that. Not enough, but
That's right.
as long as you do. And when I say as long as you do, I mean you really engage with the audience. Like I
Yes, ma'am.
watched one clip where you were talking about how your dad met your mom and he was in the
Yeah,
service and over in the Philippines and that so yeah, you hit the nail on the head. People really know who you are.
they do. They got to know who
Just
we were in the '90s because of some
yeah.
TV shows and different programming amongst
Yes.
CMT and uh, what's the video channel for country music? GAC.
Yep.
We'd appear on a lot of those different things, so everybody got to see you and learn about you. And now they don't. They get to see these big stars on an award show or a video, but they don't have an opportunity to dig into them unless they go Wikipedia them. But I don't know if they're working that
Hmm.
hard.
No, probably not. And
Yeah.
I think they fall in love with the glitz and glamour
Yes, ma'am.
and the big shows, not so much
That
as the
you're right.
person. And I'm
You're
just
right.
guessing, but I think there's a lot of that. And I like artists who are both. You know, there's some pretty popular country music artists who I don't know them personally, but I really enjoy their music and I follow them and
Right.
I think I'll follow them forever. But then there are those you get to really like this this job for me. is
Right.
so meaningful because I get to meet people, and sometimes that leads to meeting them in person, or I've met them in person. I'll cover a show,
Right.
and I don't do it for money. I do it because I love it. I don't get paid to do this. I do this because I the pure enjoyment of meeting people, and I love music. So it's
Well,
just
good for
it's
you. Well, you do a great job of it. So
oh well,
I'm
thank you
pulling
so
for you.
much. Thank you.
Yes,
That's
ma'am.
because sometimes when there's no pressure of something being a job per se,
Right.
you do enjoy it. You do enjoy it more. I mean, it would be nice to make some money, maybe someday.
I understand.
So many artists from your era have stepped
Uh-huh.
away as the industry has changed. It's just, maybe they sort of, you wonder where they are. You don't see them as much. You seem
That's
to be
right.
pretty out there, right? What do you think? I think I know the answer. I'm answering my own darn questions. What do you think allowed you to keep going while staying true to who you are? And I think we've been talking about that.
I think the thing that keeps us going is in a much more simple look into it. We bring joy to people at our
You do.
shows. We get people to engage in us. And you talked about the big shows. What separates the big shows? Oh, now we'd be plenty capable because we've been on some tours with big acts where you get all the everything going on. But we go out and do it 90% of the nights without any smoke or
Yeah.
screens or confetti bombs or pyrotechnics. We just go out there and entertain you. We talk to you, we tell you jokes, no matter what size it is. We bring you into hopefully when the attitude we want people to leave our show is like when you or I have gone to a great movie and you're so engaged the entire time you don't ever want it to end. You've laughed, you've
Yeah.
cried, and then when it's over, you just go, oh, wow, that was fantastic. That is what we try to do from our show standpoint, without all the tricks. We just come out and I think we've been hugely successful at that.
Yeah.
So the way we do stay around, I know you were talking about that, is someone at our age. My goal is to be as good as I can be every night. I want the show to be consistently as great as it can be every night, and then we're nice to people. All our people that
Yeah.
work with us, we're nice to the caterers, we're nice to the people that help set up the stage and all that. That's what it takes to get invited back. And so in 3 or 4 years after you hadn't had hits, or 20 years after you hadn't had hits, when people did book us at so and so county fair, and then that so and so county fair is looking for entertainment again 5, 10 years later, and they booked us, and they knew that they loved having us, and then they talked to the people probably still on their boards, and they said, "Well, we got 3 or 4 people to choose from, all about equal value, and they'll notoriously usually sign on our side because they say he was just so nice. Everybody was
Yeah.
kind, and it went smooth, and it was a great show, and so therefore that's how you get invited back and back and
Yes.
back, and it's pretty simple. But if you just treat people right and put on great shows, you can continue to work. Charlie Pride taught me this 37 years ago. He
Oh,
said
that's
it.
wonderful.
He If you'll continue to work and be kind, you'll work as long as you want to. He did that same thing, and so far we're proving that's to be true. Pretty simple.
Oh, that's a beautiful little tribute to Charlie Pride too.
Oh
You
yes,
hit the
ma'am.
nail on it. If you are nice to people, they are going to want you to come back
That's
and you
exactly right.
engage with people. And I have seen your show. Like I haven't seen you live yet,
You
although I
have
know you're going to
to.
be in Wearsdale at Orange Blossom Opry right down the road from where my mother-in-law lives. I can't be there it's coming up later
Ah,
on, but she's going to try to go. So I hope she
okay.
goes.
Will
I
you
hope
let
she
us know?
goes.
We'd love to take care of her.
Listen, I will let you know because she's also a singer. She's a beautiful singer. She used to be in a
Wow.
band.
What kind of
And they
music?
sang country music and
Oh,
rock.
wow. I'll be
Yeah.
dang good for her. I
She's
love her
amazing.
already.
You would love her. They call her Downtown Judy Brown.
Oh, wow. That's
So
great.
yeah, if she goes, I'll definitely let you know. But that's wonderful.
Yes,
So as
ma'am.
you approach, I have a couple more questions for you. I don't even want to go, but I know you're busy. As
You're
you
okay.
approach this 10-year milestone, what do you hope people take away from the pledge, from your career, and just in general when they look back on who Neal McCoy is?
Well, knowing about the pledge, and hopefully they'll know me about the pledge also outside of our music, I think that they'll understand that we love our country. Uh, Again, no matter who's in office or who the administration is, you have to love your country. You have to support it, even though you may not like it. And that, from that end, it's checks and balances. If you don't
Yes.
like the president's in now, or you didn't like the last president, you wait around. You have the opportunity to change that person. And but still, whether you like them or not, you still got to support the country. You don't want
Mhm.
to something to happen bad during a presidency, so you can say, "See there, I told you that's why we didn't like him." You don't want that. You want
Right.
everything to go smooth, and then when you have the opportunity to vote somebody in or out, then you take that opportunity to do that. But I'm a patriot at heart and have been all my life. I think we were raised right because of our parents,
Mhm.
and I think now that the kids at younger ages are just not taught that. Some of that started even as young as we did when we were in elementary school, and when we would go, you had the teachers would choose who they wanted to raise the flag or bring the flag down in the afternoon before you got out of school, and it was a
Yep.
big deal. And you never really knew what was going on. But now looking back, you go, "Oh wow, that's what I really enjoyed about that." And so, just from a patriotism standpoint, I just think people should relax. Just understand that if you hate this too shall pass. I mean, it'll something else will happen, and just be a little kinder soul. Don't just dog everybody all the time. Try to find some things that you like instead of just trying to find everything that you hate.
Oh my goodness. We could just solve the world's problems right now if everybody just be a little kinder. This is the Neal McCoy philosophy. I'm down with it.
Okay, write it out there. Let me know. I'll back you on it.
Okay. I love it. So before we go, this has been such a joy, such a pleasure. I cannot wait. I will definitely get this out before the 7th because I want to build some
Oh yes,
buzz
ma'am.
around the 7th. But I guess I would be remiss if I didn't mention your partnership with Allied Flag. Tell us
Yes,
about
ma'am.
that.
Well, thank you very much. They are a flag company out of Kansas City. They make around 5,000 flags a day, and they make them
Oh
special.
my
They embroider
gosh.
the stars. They're quadruple stitched to keep from the wind tattering them too much. And they're a great flag, and they understand what we were about. So it was by a mutual person that they found out about us, and we found out about them. And they said, "Well, look, why don't we try to work together? You try to get people to say the Pledge of Allegiance to the flag. We make those flags. I think there's something there that we make fantastic flags, all American, all made by Americans and in America. And you love our country so much. And what wouldn't make sense about you saying the pledge to an allied flag that you respect our company and what we stand for? I said that only makes sense. So it's been a pretty short agreement so far, but I think it's going to be a lifetime one because I know where their mindset is
Hmm.
in loving our flag and our country, and I know where my mindset is. So it makes a perfect marriage. And within that, we got together and made some a collectible, a commemorative kind of box that the flag comes in. And so you can go get it at alliedflag.com or neilmccoy.com. And we love alliedflag.com. But I will tell you this, the reason you should go to neilmccoy.com, we're both selling it for the same price,
Hmm.
is because I'm going to autograph the boxes of everyone that you get from us. And
Okay.
unless Allied Flag gets an auto pen with my name in it, I'm still going to hold the edge.
I'm gonna buy one. I'm gonna buy one.
Okay, I'm going to hold you to that.
Yep. I already got my shirt. I'm waiting for my shirt to come in because I'm gonna wear it that day.
God
So
bless you. I appreciate that.
I was hoping I'd have it by today. I didn't get it today because if I had it today, I would have worn it today for you.
Well,
So,
I would have loved seeing it.
well, I
I
got my
feel like
hat
it.
and
I like that hat you got on.
it's got the bling and everything. So,
It does. Yes, man. Sure does.
you got it. Is there anything else you'd like to leave with our listeners today?
You know, if people want to find out more about us, we're on Facebook and
Hmm.
at Neal McCoy, multi-platinum artist or whatever that is, or you can go to neilmccoy.com, which is will have you an opportunity to. We were talking about the great shirts and caps that we have for our 10-year anniversary. You can go there, and they're all autographed. I promise, because that is a lot. That's a big chore, signing a
Yeah.
bunch of autographs on shirts. But they're all autographed, and then we're going to have our flag there, neilmccoy.com. And I think that's it. I just want to make people uh, aware of who we are and what we do. And if you'll start following us for a while, like you have, they'll
Hmm.
find out a lot about us by the stuff that I talk about. Maybe besides the Pledge of Allegiance every day. I mean, we give you this day in history, which I think that's always fun. A bunch
Yes.
of fans send it in, and I get to pick and choose what I want to mention to people. And so there's that, and then they'll get to say the Pledge of Allegiance. And if you think, well, I just don't have the time, I can tell you got the time. It takes 12 seconds to say it,
Yeah. I
and you
got all
don't
the time
got
in the
12
world for you.
seconds. Yeah, that's right.
That's great.
Well, thank you. I can't thank you enough for taking the time. I know they put us on some of these things, and doggone it, we were scheduled for Fox and Friends this morning, and
Hmm.
because of course the Maduros, all
Everything
that
going
stuff.
on.
Yeah, we didn't have an opportunity to be on there, but that's okay. We're on your place, so that's even better. You're
It
nicer.
is. It is wonderful. I believe for the country note a few years back you did the pledge. You went live or you did something for the country note with the
Yes, ma'am.
pledge. You
Yes,
did a
ma'am. We
special
did.
rendition. So that's
That's
awesome.
exactly right. Yes, ma'am.
See, I know I do my research.
You. I tell you what, you have done your homework, and when you do your homework, it's so much easier for us artists to be on here and talk about stuff because I talk a lot. So sometimes when somebody asks me a question, they'll say, and I get done with the answer, they'll go, "Well, that took out my next four questions." I said, "I know, I'm so sorry," but we love,
You,
from an artist standpoint, we love when an interviewer knows a little bit about us, and so
yeah.
because it makes the conversation go so much smoother, and it just means a lot to us that you've taken the time to either know about us a long time or just researched it and wanted to be professional enough to lead me in the right direction. And sometimes I need led.
I love it. Well, I can't wait to see you live. I'm going to send my mother-in-law to your show. I'll
I
let you
hope you
know.
do.
I'm pretty sure she's going to try and go. So
Good.
they're in New York
Downtown
now.
Judy Brown.
Downtown Judy Brown,
Yes,
and they're in
ma'am.
New York now, but they're headed to Florida in a couple of days, so they should be
Yeah,
there by then. But
good.
it's been a pleasure. I can't wait to catch up with you again sometime. I'm sure we'll catch up,
I hope you
and
do.
I'll be tuning in on the 7th for the 10 year.
All right, sweetheart. I think it's going to be at the White House somewhere, but we're not sure where yet.
I can't wait. I know. I
Okay.
heard that too. That's wonderful.
Yes, ma'am. Well, have a
Well,
great
we'll
day,
be in
girl.
touch. You too. Take care. It's been a
Okay, you're
pleasure.
welcome.